Hello everyone, welcome back. I've been busy the last few weeks making stuff. As you know, I've been showing you what I've been doing, but along the way I've had to create a couple of storage things that I previously hadn't thought too much about. But when I started making paper lace for my journals and things, I needed somewhere to put the excess that I had done. So I created this out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper and just turned it into a massive big envelope, and I've just turned the corners in to make it plain and simple. There's no pocket or placket or anything on the side. It's just a plain thing. And I added a little piece of the lace and a little piece of the paper border. I left it on there, put a button on it, and that is my storage for all the excess pieces of lace, which I can then incorporate into other projects along the way. I'm creating 2 journals at the moment, and I'm going to need some lace, and I don't want to bulk it up with the fabric lace. It looks gorgeous, it's tactile and it's beautiful, but I want something that's going to sit reasonably flat and not add 2 inches of stuff or depth to my work instead of a 16th or a couple of mils, whatever you want to call them. So I created this. So that sits in amongst the rest of the paper is over that way. But it's easy to grab because it's big and it's just in my face. The other thing I created was this little folder. It is the outer cover to the Kaisercraft papers that I used in my journal through July. Now, this paper pack is absolutely stunning. It's got all of these papers in it, or had all of these papers in it. Lovely sheets of text paper that I can cut apart and still use. I still have some of that left. I do not have any of the larger pieces of paper because I've used them all. I can honestly say it's the quickest I've ever used a pack of papers in my life. Now, the back will show you the die-cut elements that have been, and I still have a lot of them. I'll just bring that up a little bit so you can see them. There's borders, there's page tabs, there's tickets, there's little tags, there's little saying blocks, and there's these shapes here. I've used some of them, but not all of them. And rather than putting it back in with pages that have been sort of half used, I thought I would do something a little bit different. Now this is just a funny little thing that I made up to hold the sides together. I was going to make a concertina, but then I realized that I'm not always going to be able to get my fingers and whatever down into it. So I've turned it into an open type of pocket. I've used a sheet of copy paper here and another sheet in here to make these extra little pockets in here. Now, using my tweezers, I can get at these things quite easily if I want. I put the smaller things into this bag because I just didn't have enough small pockets to put them into. Then there's the page tabs. There's a little piece of lace. There's tags. They're the tickets. Over here, I've got a couple of Polaroid type frames that can sit into there. I've got some of the saying blocks, journaling tags, that sort of stuff. I've got them in here. And the sheet of sayings, or the sheet of text I had, I've cut it in halves, and I've still got pieces of it. Now this is a piece that I'd used already. This was the card that I've cut in half so that it can fit into here. And I can still use all of those words and those texts into this, or anywhere I want. So that is how I've stored this. And now, because I keep all my smaller pads in a box, this can go into the box and it will sit quite nicely upright. I can see that it's just an ephemera pack because I made a little banner for that, or a little tag. I've got my clips. This doesn't look very efficient, but it's efficient enough for me, and it's a lot less room takes up a lot less room because of the depth of it here. But that's what I've done. So those are my two little storage things that I've done while I've been working away this month. This one I finished this morning, so that was just something that came to me off the top of my head, and I thought, that's what I can do with that. I'll turn it into an embellishment folder, or call it an ephemera pack. So there you go. There's my paper lace pouch. There's my ephemera pack. This can go into neatly until I need something blue, and I know what I've got left because it tells me right here. And what I might do just to make that even more prominent is put ticks alongside the boxes so that I know that's what I've got in here. All right, my lovelies, thank you very much. I'd appreciate your comment. If you've got a way that you save your paper bits and pieces, your ephemera bits, please let me know. I'd be very, very interested to either see or to hear about them. Thanks very much, everyone. Stay safe.